Hi there, TC Fit Trainer Michelle with you for Thursday, February 29th, leap year. It feels like we should do some skips or something today. We've got a 5-minute warm-up, 10 minutes of core on the floor, and then 10 minutes of stretching. I think I mentioned, and I'll mention it again, if you have a yoga strap at home, have that handy for the stretching portion. If you don't have a yoga strap, no worries. You'll be able to do this with just body weight. And if you have a couple of light dumbbells, you'll be able to work them in. That's up to you as far as the core portion. We are going to start standing today. Make sure you have a safe space and you are set up, always adjusting exercises and movements to what feels best for your body. So this is your workout, your break time. I'm just here to give you a guide. Let's go ahead and get started with some really slow squat and reach. So again, this is slow. We're just saying, okay, body, maybe you've been stuck in that work chair. Maybe if you're doing this on a different day, you've just gotten up from sleeping overnight. We just want to start that movement. 2 more here. Press through both feet equally. We're going to hold at the top. Lock those fingers together. Press palms towards the ceiling. Again, always working at your own pace. We're going to the left side, little side bend. Find that breath. Inhale, exhale all the way through to the other side. Inhale, exhale each side one more time. And through. We go to the top, swing those arms down, roll the shoulders back. Hands are out in front. Torso rotation. You see this one almost every week with me because it's one of my favorites. We get some movement in through the spinal discs. We want to get that fluid in, oxygen, nutrients. Movement is the only way it gets there. One more each side. We're going to step the feet out wide, a little shift side to side. Just comfortable. We're not trying to feel too much of a stretch. You might get a little lengthening through the inner thighs. Go ahead and hold on that left side. You're going to take the right arm down. Just let it dangle here. See if you can let go of any of that tension in the shoulder. If you want to reverse direction with that circle, you can. You might notice it's hard to let some of that muscle contraction or that tension go. Release. We're back to our shifting side to side. Sounds so easy just to let it hang, but it's like it's holding on through the rotator cuff muscles. And we're going to do that same rotation on the other side. Hold on the right, drop the left arm down. Real gentle circles. Switch directions when you're ready. And we pull back to standing. Last time, side to side shift. Eyes are up. Thinking about the core, drawing those abs in tight. Still being able to breathe comfortably. And go ahead and walk those feet up to a comfortable standing position. Opposite arm leg, pause, feel that extension, switch sides. You get to decide how quickly you move through this. We don't all have to move at the same time. You want more of a challenge, reach for that ankle, get that quad stretched, that lengthening. Good, gives you a chance to check your balance. Some days are better than others. Hit your last one here. And comfortable feet position about hip width apart. We're doing what's in yoga, they call it a forward fold. It's also a little bit of a hamstring hinge. You feel that stretch through the back of the legs. It's not intense. We take it down, hold it for about 3 counts, then pull it up. Really straight spine here is extending from the crown of the head to the tip of the tailbone. Right now, I'm letting my hands slide down the front of my thighs. It kind of gives me a guide, sees if I go a little bit further each time. You also might want to try touching those hamstrings to the back of the legs. You'll feel that lengthen and then that contraction to have you stand. One more. And moving to the top of your mat, this time rather than that hinge, we're actually gonna roll all the way down real slow. Head, back, hips, bend at those knees. Walk the hands out to your first plank today. Planking at your choice. We're just getting started, so you could choose knees or toes, hands or elbows. Choose what works best for you. Our general pattern today is going to be 40 seconds on, 20 seconds off. If you are looking for a more intense exercise, you can continue the work, the core portion, during that last 20 seconds. I'll talk you through it. Don't feel like you have to know everything right off the bat. From this plank, we're going to go ahead and go bellies to the floor. We relax down and we're pushing up into our extension, releasing slow. So you might feel a little stretch through the core, through the front of the abdomen. No pinching in the back. This is your 20 seconds recovery, and then we're going to go into our second plank today. So take your time when you're ready, pushing up to your plank, wrist to toes, knees, forearms. It's all about choosing what's best for you. If you're looking for added intensity, lift one foot. I'll let you know when we hit the halfway mark. Eyes are looking towards the top of your mat. Abs are pulled in like you've just tightened up your belt one notch. Think about your exhale. So it's a comfortable inhale and then a forceful exhale. Like you're blowing out the candles. Squeeze those glutes together. If you're on the single leg lift, now is your time to switch. We've got about 10 seconds here. My advanced exercisers are gonna stick with their plank. Everybody else is gonna join me down to the floor on the belly. Prone press up, hands are at the shoulders. You're looking up. Hi to everybody joining me in the gym today. I love it. Fun to see all your smiling faces. One more prone press up. And release. Next exercise, we are rolling to our backs into a cradle hold. I said backs, I meant seated position here. Feet can stay on the floor or come up into your true cradle hold. Either way, think of your body like a V here. And we are holding. This is 40 seconds. Keep going. I'm going to move my clock. I know for you guys, you won't get to see it, but I will know what's going on. 40 seconds on, 20 seconds recovery. So a couple of options here as far as intensity. Feet on the floor is a little bit easier. Feet up is a little bit tougher. Extending out, even tougher yet. It's okay to get that muscle shake. It's okay to work. No pain. You're welcome to hold for your 20 seconds here. If you want that break time, we go all the way to the floor. Full body stretch. You may have noticed each exercise we're doing twice today. When you're ready, grab one knee in, then the second knee, rock your body up. Second plank here, second cradle, here we go. Shoulder blades are down and back. Lots of options. If you want to add some movement, we extend out and pull it in. Out and in. It's good to challenge our muscles a little bit. Option to keep those feet on the floor. You may have noticed sitting a little taller is a little easier. Choose what works best for you. 10 more seconds on the work. Advanced exercisers are able to hold. Otherwise, we roll all the way down to the floor. Full body, lengthening fingertips to toes. New exercise coming up. It's a side plank. Choose a side, either side. We're going to do each side one time. So I like elbow under the shoulder, coming up onto the ankles. Options here. You can keep both knees on the floor. You can go one leg on the floor. Also option to take this all the way up to that side plank from the wrist. No matter which level you're choosing, reach that top arm towards the ceiling. That's going to remind us that we're creating a little rainbow arch through those obliques. You're welcome to hold this side plank 20 more seconds. Or join me as we drop down, top leg, toes point in, internal rotation, and a side leg lift. 20 seconds here. So lots of options today. I want you choosing what works best for you. Maybe today's a day you're saying, oh my gosh, I really want to challenge these midsection muscles. Maybe you're saying, no, today's a day I just got to keep moving. And we switch, everybody together, side plank. Choose what works for you, reaching for the ceiling. 40 seconds together here. Another chance to check our breath. We're past that halfway mark. Option to stay in this plank or drop down to the floor. Top leg, internal rotation, that means toes towards the floor, and then a side leg lift. Next exercise coming up in 10 seconds. It's going to be our hip bridge. When you're ready, go ahead and roll to your back. We're going to do this exercise twice, so you can choose a double leg both times, or you could take a single leg for round one and then switch sides on round two. The goal, press into the floor with the heels of your feet. Feel those hamstrings and glutes squeeze, especially that squeeze at the top. And as you release towards the floor, you get close but no resting. If you're looking for more intensity, you have those light weights, you want to hold them right at the hips, you can. You can also hold at the top of the motion. And for my exercisers who want to take that 20-second break, we go to the floor and go easy torso rotation. Second set of hip bridges coming up in 10 seconds. Everybody's back to center. Second set of hip bridges, lots of options here. But the number one goal is to keep moving. Feel this work through those backside muscles. Relaxing the head, neck, and shoulders. Think about that exhale with the lift. You're pressing down into the floor with the heels, lifting the hips. If you want that 20 seconds off, now is your time to rotate those hips side to side. And we're going to go ahead and go feet up off the floor. Find your tabletop. That's 90 degrees in the ankles, 90 degrees in the knees, 90 degrees in the hips. Abs are tucked in, back is towards the floor. I like hands behind the head for my abdominal crunch, but choose what works best for you. If you want to cross hands across the body, that's fine too. We're going to lift, squeeze, release. Sometimes with these exercises, we like to just push fast, 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 but I want you to slow it down and feel it work. You might even put one hand right on that abdominal wall. Feel that contraction. If you're looking for added intensity, draw the knees in and then extend out with the lengthening. We're at our 40-second mark. You're welcome to keep going. You can also take this into an alternating leg lift. With the alternating leg lift, I want you to think about the pelvis. Hold it steady to the floor. The legs move, but the hips do not. We are entering our last minute of the abdominal work today. Feet can be on the floor or up. Abdominal crunch. Option to draw the knees in, really squeeze and extend. You've got this. These muscles are working. We're saying thank you, body, for keeping us going. Don't give up now. This is your chance. Last 20 seconds. You can keep those core muscles going, or you can take shoulders to the floor, alternate that leg lift or heel tap. 10 seconds. Checking on my virtual crew. I see you out there, Leanne, Madeline, Courtney. Thanks for joining us today. And we are moving into our stretch. If you have your yoga strap, you're gonna wrap it right around the ball of the foot and draw it in. If you do not want to use a yoga strap today, that's okay. We are going hamstring stretch. Hands are behind the thigh, not the knee. You need a little relaxation, or excuse me, a little less intensity. Take the non-stretching leg and just bend that knee, put the heel to the floor. Each of our stretches today are going to be a little bit longer. This one is a 1-minute stretch for you. So if at any point you need to pull out of that stretch, take that break and then rejoin us. But I want you to feel that gentle pull, that actual lengthen between those muscle fibers. We are taking this hamstring stretch to the other side. Switch up. Again, if you need a little less intensity, just bend that resting leg. I love these yoga straps because it gives you a chance to challenge that muscle without having to create more tension in your upper body. I like to pull that yoga strap down almost towards the belly button or towards the chest rather than extending the arms. Really relax the head, neck, and shoulders while you're getting that lengthening through the backside of the leg. I mentioned you could bend the resting leg. The other thing you can try to do is take that resting leg and go toes towards the ceiling. That'll just bring that focus into the stretch side. Five, 4, 3, 2, and release. We're gonna go ahead and go hip cradle. I'm crossing the right ankle over the left knee. Left foot comes up. I like to thread the needle and gently pull in, feeling the stretch through the right hip. If you don't like this pull, you can always push away. And if this isn't quite your jam, go ahead and relax that left leg to the floor. Just hug that right knee towards the opposite shoulder. So many options. The goal is to pick the one that works best for you. We want to hit this same stretch on the opposite leg. So I'm going to cross left ankle over the right knee. Right foot comes up, I thread the needle, I'm feeling this stretch through the left hip. These longer stretches give you a chance to actually focus on what you're feeling. Listen to your body, it's gonna tell you what's working. Relax the shoulders, find the breath. I say that so many times during class because it's this natural necessity to breathe, but yet we're not aware of it. It gives you a chance to actually say, am I filling my full lungs? Feeling the rib cage rise, get that breath all the way down into the abdomen, and then the slow release. If you can, take the inhale through the nose and the exhale through the mouth. If not, that's okay, just get the oxygen in. And we release, new stretch. We're gonna roll to our sides. If you have that yoga strap, I like to wrap it around the toes of the top foot. We're pulling back for a quad stretch. If you don't like the yoga strap, that's okay. If you're like hey, I don't have a yoga strap, this is too much for me, that's okay. We have lots of options here. You could always take this up to a seated as well, or a kneeling or standing hip flexor. I'm going to turn to the side for all my in-studio participants, just so you can see what's going on here. The goal of the yoga strap is to make it better, not worse. So if you don't like the yoga strap, don't stress. But again, it's given me an option to get this lengthening through the quads without having to reach. You can relax the head, neck, shoulders here. And we're going to hit the same stretch on the other side. Rotate that body however it's best for you. That strap around the toes, quad stretch. So with this, our focus is on the lower body. I know Kendall said she worked you through some good leg exercises Monday and Tuesday this week. Keep those knees close together. I'd rather have the knee slide back. I don't want it sliding up. Last 10 seconds here. Release. You can throw that yoga strap off to the side. We go belly to the floor. We push up onto our hands and knees. Find that comfortable quad position that works for you. Inhale, tuck the chin, arch the back. Exhale, release. Tailbone pushes up, belly drops to the floor. Work with your own breath here. Little yoga cat-cow. You're welcome to stick with this if you need a few more repetitions, or go ahead and drop back into your extended child's pose, heels to the floor, or excuse me, glutes to the heels. That'll make more sense. Relax the toes. I like a little space between my knees. Allows my shoulders, my armpits to drop towards the floor. You may choose to rock a little right to left. If you want a few more seconds here, feel free to take it. Otherwise, we push back up into our quad. We tuck the toes. We come to our leapfrog position. This gives you a chance to go eyes up. How are you feeling? Are you ready to go to standing? This deep squat position, you can take your elbows and push out wide. We get a little inner thigh stretch here. And when you're ready for it, we're going to lead with the tailbone. Tailbone starts to pull up towards the ceiling. We lengthen through those hamstrings. Hopefully they feel a little longer than they did when we started. You might actually be able to touch the floor, touch the toes. We're rolling up really slowly through the spine. Slower is better. We get to the top, shoulders roll down and back. I want you to find a comfortable standing stance. So about hip width, soft knees, you're feeling good here. We're taking those arms up overhead, side bend to the left. Hopefully this feels a little longer, a little easier than it did at the beginning. All the way over the top, big rainbow, side bend to the right. We come up to the top. I'm going to drop my right hand down and back, really reaching like a back scratcher here, feeling that lengthening through the triceps. Sometimes I like a little swing in here, just keeps the circulation going. Same stretch on the other side, reaching down the back, grabbing for that elbow. And we release. Goal post, another one of my favorites. Arms are open wide, elbows tucked down. You feel that little squeeze between the shoulder blades. If this is too intense, take the hands down. You can still get that chest opener. And we release with a shoulder roll. May have had a few pops and cracks at the beginning of class. Hopefully now everything's feeling a little more lubricated, smooth. And we're gonna take hands to the posterior hips, a little chest opener. We're not trying to do a back bend. I'm not putting you in gymnastics class today. Just a nice little superhero pose. I want you to take that awareness, that opening through your chin, then draw that awareness down to the shoulders, that opening through the chest. Feel those abdominal muscles that worked for you today. Tighten up to stabilize through the hips. Comfortable through the legs, little soft bend in the knees. Wiggle those toes, feel that connection with the floor. Inhale, and with your next exhale, you release. 25 minutes, it goes so fast. We have, I think, the next 3 or 4 weeks in a row of hybrid strength and core. If you have requests, send them my way. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today, online and virtual. We'll see you soon.